And I'm not, as a newspaper person, I'm not somebody who really goes out of my way to pick favorites. I don't really think in those terms. But I'm talking about
right.
Just, ever since Russell Wilson came in the league, he's been my favorite player to watch. Patrick Mahomes is pushing him for that title. But you know what? I think Patrick's going to do fine, whether or not I'm in his corner. I think he's got a future.
I think he does too. I think he'll be just fine, and especially when he gets that $40 million a year plus contract in the next 6 months or so, probably down in Kansas City, where he'll eclipse Russell Wilson as the highest paid player in the league.
No, absolutely. Great stuff from Jeff. Thanks again to Brandon Morton. Remember, follow us at Talk North Pod. We'll be back with the results of their trip to Detroit and setting up a short week game against Washington next week.
We got to make our pick, don't we, Jim?
Oh, okay, you're right. I almost forgot. Yes, and so I think I am the same as the Vikings. I'm 4-2 because I picked them to win every game. I think I have. I don't know. No, yeah, I think that's what I did. So, what's your pick this week?
I'm going Vikings. I'm going to say 26-17. I like the Vikings in Detroit. I think their defense will hold them down enough, and I think the offense will be able to move the ball on the ground and a little bit through the air. I think it's going to be Dalvin Cook back in the 100-plus yard range. The Green Bay ran for over 170 against Detroit last week, and the Vikings running game is certainly just as good as Green Bay. So I think that, but it'll be interesting to see how the Lions respond to that really heartbreaking loss in Green Bay, and they're on a short week. So we'll see how it shakes out. But I like the Vikings in this week. I'll call it 26-17.
I'm right in the ballpark. I think I could see the Vikings really handling this game pretty easily. I'm going to go more like 30-15. So I think we're both in the same ballpark. I could see the Vikings actually putting in a pretty dominating performance. The Lions seem to be on the way down at this point. So again, thanks to Jeff Diamond, thanks to Brandon Morton, and we will talk to you next week between the Lion and the Washington game.